Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are going to see what messages Spirit has for you for the month of September. This is a general reading, so just take what feels right for you, leave the rest behind. And if you'd like the most accurate message for this month, check out all of your major placements. Okay, let's get into it. So, your kind of vision for September, I saw it was almost like you were in like a van, um, or almost like a limo, like a party bus maybe. And there were people around you that were like smoking, and it was like they were trying to get you to smoke. Like it was like the cool kids, and you were, like invited to the cool kid party for the first time, and you're like trying to make them think you're cool too, and but now you're getting nervous. Okay. And then I heard that song Cool Kids by who sings that? It was really popular like a few years ago. It's like, oh, should I could be like the cool kids. I get embarrassed to sing on here. Gosh. But you got to do what you got to do. Echo Smith? I don't remember, but something like that. Who cares who sang it? But yeah, it was like an energy of like, you want to be the cool kids, but then Spirit said, you're not meant to fit in, you're meant to stand out. So I know a Sagittarius is all that in a bag of chips. I love a Sagittarius. I really do, because you guys are very energetic and adventurous and just like you do your own thing. And I just like it. I like it. You make life your own, which is beautiful. So, yeah, like who cares if people want you to be in their group, but like it's almost like they were trying to like haze you to see if you could like really hang. If anyone's trying to haze you, or like you feel like you have to prove something to somebody, get out of there immediately. You know what I mean? Like as long as you feel good about yourself and you feel cool and you feel happy with what you got going on, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Okay? Like for example, I really like this shirt. There could be some people out there that do not like this shirt. But guess what? I'm going to still wear it because I like it, you know? Don't forget who you are. Okay, let's get into it. So we're going to do a Celtic cross today. So let me get these cards out and then we'll see what's going on at the bottom of the deck. All right. Let's see what's going on. Lots of major arcana out here, so tells me that this is a big kind of shift. Okay. So bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so you may be wanting to follow your heart with something, or maybe there's like something that's really been weighing on you and you're wanting to communicate, be honest about it. We also have the Nine of Swords here, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's like something's not working out for you how you thought it was going to, and you're not sure how to communicate that. I think you might be wanting to walk away from something, or you're just ready to like stop giving your energy to something. So, all right. This could involve a partnership. We do have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. That's a divine partner. And then we also have the Sun and the Three of Swords. So yeah, I just feel like you're realizing something has run its course here. Okay. Very interesting. All right, well, let's get into it. So your current situation, we do have the Devil. Could be dealing with a Capricorn. So yeah, there's definitely some sort of toxic tie happening here. This could be you with another person, a work environment, some sort of environment, or even you with certain fears or limiting beliefs within yourself. Okay, you're really having to check the fear, check the doubts, check the negative thinking. Okay, whether that's coming from someone outside of you or coming from within you, or maybe you're scared to kind of walk away from a situation because you're not sure how it's going to impact you. But again, it's like you're not here to fit in, you're here to stand out. So even if it's like a big risk, or you're not sure how, the chips are going to fall, you got to bet on yourself here, and don't let a comfort zone or whatever keep you held back. Okay. Tell me more about the Devil for Capricorn, or Capricorn for Sagittarius. Crazy. Tell me more about the Devil for Sagittarius. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Capricorn. Oop, I got excited. Hold on. There you go. This is your card, Sagittarius, with Temperance. So this definitely is a big impact for you. I feel like this is the thing that's going to help you like kind of upgrade, you know? We also have the Three of Wands, the Death card. Yeah. See, it's time for you to walk away from this situation. It's time for you to spread your wings and fly. I feel you've learned all you needed to learn from this, and you need to have faith in your ability to go towards new things, right? And temperance to me is this is, having peace with something, accepting something for what it is. And you also have to appreciate the situation because experience is the best teacher. And sometimes you have to go through something to realize, okay, I want more of this. I don't want any more of that, right? So this is something where you learned a lot about yourself, a lot about what you want to put up with, what you want to experience, and now take that wisdom and move on. Because this is something that it ain't gonna, I don't see it turning around for you here. Yeah, it's like you just have to bet on yourself. This is a hard decision for you to make, but you have to trust yourself and go towards what's right for you. Tell me more about the Death card and the Devil. What exactly is this having to do with? Okay, we do have the Empress, Knight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, look, this is two people who you're not on the same wavelength, okay? I feel like you're showing up as the Empress and this other person is showing up as the Knight of Wands. Very different energies. Hey, somebody's got to be somebody, right? Like somebody's got to be the Empress, somebody has to be the Knight of Wands. So I'm not mad at anybody for, not showing up as the Emperor or something, but you realize that you've been kind of like lowering your standards or like kind of just not expecting as much as you should be and kind of accepting the fact that something is not balanced. But I feel like that ain't fair for you anymore. It's like you give, and somebody just takes. And you see that clearly now. So now you got to walk away. It is what it is. All right. The challenge here is the Two of Swords. So this is an energy of being guarded, blocked, not seeing things clearly. So, maybe you're having a hard time accepting this for what it is. Maybe you're having a hard time sharing what's going on. I don't think you have to give everybody your business or write like a blog about it and send it out to your friends and family, but you might be having a hard time like accepting it, and maybe talking with someone might help you. This could also be like maybe you're not allowing yourself to really feel the disappointment and the pain that you've been experiencing. And that could be like another form of like, oh, well, let me fake it till I make it, or just pretend like this isn't happening. But I don't feel like this is something that you can bury your head in the sand with, especially, having the Death card, the Devil, like those are intense energies. So you have to accept it for what it is. You have to be real. You have to take the blindfold off and just look yourself in the mirror, look this situation in the face and deal with it, Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Yeah, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it's like there is a very shady situation unfolding here. I feel like someone is taking advantage of you. Something is not in alignment for you, but you're not exactly willing to accept it or acknowledge it. And that can only go on for so long. See, and look, you're going to go towards somebody that, matches your energy, somewhere with fulfillment, somewhere with like, this is a partnership. This is somebody I can trust. This is a friendship, whatever. But first, you have to go through this hard time. You got to accept that something is disappointing and it's been painful and you felt stuck and stagnant. But going through that is exactly the thing that's going to make you realize how powerful you are and have you really trusting yourself again, which will lead you to somebody that is actually on your wavelength. Okay. Don't doubt yourself. This could have been some situation where you've been involved in this for a long time. So it's kind of like skewed your thinking. But this is something that's holding you back. Like you have way more power and potential than this situation. Okay, so what to focus on? We have the moon card. So yeah, there's a lot underneath the surface, a lot, and not only just things that you've been ignoring, but within your own self. Like, why are you ignoring it? Why are you settling? Why are you allowing this to go down? Why are you giving so much but not receiving in return? And why are you okay with that? There's a lot of like childhood wounds, blocks and just things deep down that you need to take a look at, because there's a reason that you allowed the situation to go on for so long, and you need to understand where that stems from. And it's important to do that so that way you don't repeat this again. That's what the shadow work is all about. It's taking a look at those parts of you that you try to hide or that you judge or that you're ashamed of, and giving them your acknowledgement, your energy, your love, so that way you're not self-sabotaging. That way you can understand these parts of you and, not give your power away to them and not fall into these cycles that don't work for you. Okay? Tell me more about the moon card. All right, we have the World, the King of Cups, and the Lovers. Yeah. Yeah, Spirit wants you to be able to not, like some of you guys, you might be the type of person that it's like, if I'm in a relationship or the kind of relationship I'm in or the person I'm with, and this could be romantic, friend, family, whatever, it's like those connections really define you, you know? And Spirit wants to know why. Why do you do that? Why is your sense of purpose connected to who you're closest with? Like who are you outside of these connections, outside of, the people next to you? And also, I think that you might give, like, if someone's upset with you, then you're going to be upset with yourself. If someone feels good, then you're going to feel good. It's like it's you feed off of other people a little too much. How can you stand in your own energy and your own power and not let that get shaken by what's going on around you? That's the question. All right, so in the recent past, we do have the Chariot here. So recently there could have been some traveling here. This could also be you feeling confident to walk away from a situation, because the Chariot is all about taking everything that you've learned, your highs and your lows, and feeling confident to go towards the next thing. This is taking action. Like there could have been just some sort of epiphany or like aha moment where you're like, no, I can do this. I can move on. I can get out of here. So I like that. That's feeling confident, and that's what you should be feeling, because it feels like there's a lot of back and forth in the beginning here, but you were feeling ready at one point. I like that. Tell me more about the Chariot. Okay, fears. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's like you weren't in a huge rush by any means, which is good, because that also can be a sign of like moving from some sort of like fear, which we don't want. Okay, but maybe you got into a school or some sort of new job or something where it's like you're really feeling proud of yourself right here. And I feel like that kind of fire, that little inkling of like, wait a minute, I can define myself outside of anybody else. This is what I've got going for me. That's exactly what you need. Okay. And again, this isn't a huge rush or like being impulsive. Like you're just really seeing yourself for what you are, and you're realizing like, hey, I can reach my own fulfillment. I can be proud of myself by myself. I can make my own self feel good. And I like that. There could have definitely been some traveling here, but I just see you becoming balanced within yourself. Maybe you did go on a trip with some friends or family, and maybe that kind of reignited your sense of self But yeah, you're gonna, whatever happened here, it's making you realize like I need to make a decision, and I think you're leaning towards going towards new energies, new chapters. You're realizing that you don't need to put up with this. Okay, so a possibility in this situation. All right, we have judgment. So I definitely see you making a big decision here. There's going to be a lot of reflection, a lot of honesty about what you've been through and what you would like to go through. You know, at the end of the day, your life is your life and you have to live it for you, and you have to do what makes you happy. So if you find yourself compromising or settling or whatever, why are you doing that? You don't got to do that. Choose to make your life true for you. Choose to make your life better for you. Okay? Yeah, it's just like too much being quiet and trying to make something work, but it doesn't make sense. You're just lowering your vibration for no reason. I mean, I get it. People want to have friends, certain people around them, romantic relationships, but like at what cost? All right, tell me more about judgment. Yeah, this definitely involves like a family unit, a partnership, friendships, and you're just deciding, I'm tired of being anxious. I'm tired of always defending myself, always being strong, always defending you. Like, I got to walk away. Yeah, like Page of Wands, Nine of Wands, you're tired. This has been taking up way too much energy, way too much time. And you have to be honest with yourself, like, like I want to have ease. I want to go towards things that make me happy. And this does not make me happy. This is doing too much. So you got to go. It's not like you're just giving up without putting in the effort. Like you've really tried here and you were like, you weren't going to give up for a very long time, but something happened to where you're realizing I can actually do this by myself. I don't blame you. I think it's fierce. Okay, so in the near future, we do have the Two of Cups. So this does talk about partnership, balanced partnership, equal give and take. So let's see, maybe somebody's kind of changed their ways. Maybe you're giving this another chance, or maybe there's somebody new coming in. Let's find out. Tell me more about the Two of Cups. We have the Page of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Wands. Ugh. Oh, man. Oh, golly, Miss Dolly. I mean, I just feel like there's a lot of anxiety and fear surrounding this partnership, this connection. And I feel like you really need to reclaim your power from it. Like, there's way too much anxiety and overthinking and going back and forth. You really got to ask yourself, what do you want? What makes you happy? And if that's what this is, then great. If it's not, then do something about it. Because I just feel like maybe you don't like, and say this is like a connection you've been involved with for a long time. Maybe you don't want to fail. Maybe you don't want people to say, like, I told you that wasn't going to work out. That didn't make sense, But there's just been, I feel like, a lot of conflict. And I don't know. It's like, how much can one person take? Tell me more about the Nine of Swords, Page of Swords. Yeah, you have the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. I think the big thing here is like you don't want to waste your time and your energy. You don't want to break up something that you've known for so long, and you don't want to disappoint anybody. I feel like the fact of the matter is, if you're worried about, like, well, this has been going on for so long, like, how could I just walk away? Then you're not in it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Like, time should not be the deciding factor. It should be the amount of love, it should be the amount of joy, understanding one another. And maybe you do have that as well, but to me, that's not at the forefront. I think for you, it's more about, like, I want to, defend myself, and I don't want to look bad, and I don't want to look dumb, and I don't want to, have to explain myself and all that. And I understand, not wanting to deal with that, but that shouldn't be the reason you stick in a situation. I feel like you're forgetting your power. This is something that's like really draining you, and you don't even see it like that, which is interesting. Yeah, there's just a lot. There's a lot going on here. You need to ground yourself, and you need to remember your power and what you're about, and not move from fear or lack or judgment. Okay. So for your advice, we do have the Six of Cups. So this talks about the past. This talks about nostalgia, memory. I feel like you're really trying to keep something alive with nostalgia and memory. And if you're not making new memories and new special moments, I don't know how long something can last running on that. It's like you can't run on air because you get burnt out eventually. You got to fuel yourself, you got to take breaks. I also feel like they're saying keep the past in the past. Tell me more about the Six of Cups. See, like, there's just so much. Like, I feel like somebody's going to try to come back in or like communicate with you, and it's just going to be the same stuff, like arguing and like negativity and all that. We have the Sun, the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor. Yeah, it's like you are so powerful, Sagittarius. Like you don't need to rely on anybody else. You don't need to tolerate negativity just so you have somebody by your side, or just because there's been a long friendship or whatever. Like you are so powerful. There's so much joy and optimism that is attracted to you, but I feel like you can't see that because you've been around such tomfoolery for so long. Like, why are you putting yourself in this box? Why are you lowering your vibration just to keep someone around? Like, you're shooting yourself in the foot. There could be so much more here for you. Yeah, like you are so powerful. Why are you limiting yourself? Okay, so what's going on in your environment that's impacting you? We have the Ace of Swords. So some people are being really honest with you right now. All right, especially like if this is a breakup of some sort with a friend, or leaving a job, or leaving a partner. People are going to be like, Sagittarius, I never liked him anyway. It's like you're hearing this stuff all of a sudden because people are ready to tell you the truth because you're ready to hear the truth. People are letting you know what's up. Okay. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords. Yeah, King of Swords. Everybody's being real honest right now. They're letting you know, hey, this is how I felt about the situation. And people are still going to support you no matter what it is you decide to do, or your life is your life. And I feel like these people respect that, but they're going to let you know how they feel too. Yeah, it's like everybody is really being honest with you. And it's also you're seeing who your real friends are. Like there's people who are trying to support you and trying to give you advice and guidance and help so that way you can go towards what's best for you so you can raise your vibration. Mm-hmm. All right. So a hope or fear for you is the Knight of Swords. So I feel like your hope is to follow your truth and to stick with it. I think you might be worried that you might get influenced by memories or just what's comfortable. But at the end of the day, you really want to go towards what is right for you. And I think you want to be able to stand 10 toes in that. I think you want to be able to trust yourself to go towards what's right. You don't want to compromise. You don't want to, fold and go backwards. But there's a part of you that's questioning if you really can do that. I believe you can. And there's a lot of people around you who are being real with you, who want to support you. So lean on them. Okay? Tell me more about the Knight of Swords. See, you got Justice, you got the Queen of Swords. You want nothing but honesty. I think you're trying to really cut off your emotions, and not even because that sounds crazy, right? It's not about cutting off your emotions, but it's about feeling them without drowning in them, which is what we talked about earlier. And also not letting memory, nostalgia, other people's feelings, like seeing someone again, not letting that get you to, falter. Okay, you got to stick with what is real and true for you and honor that and just take that all the way. That's what you got to do. And you can do that. If you have that desire, then it can be done. You just got to set boundaries with yourself and with others. Okay? All right. In the final outcome, we have the Hanging Man. So this is a situation you are going to surrender. This is letting everything unfold naturally. This is having another perspective. You're seeing this in a new light. You understand, I feel like you're going to understand how you got here, what it is you're learning about yourself and the situation, and how to have acceptance with it, surrendering to it, so that way you're not making it harder for yourself. This is a big shift, a big adjustment for you. There's a lot that's coming up to the surface about you and the cycles you repeat and the way you attach to people. And there's a lot that's being revealed about the kind of person you've been attached to and how your real friends and loved ones, how they actually felt. So it's a lot coming at you all at once. So allow yourself to just flow with it and just let it unfold. Okay? Tell me more about the Hanging Man. Oh, wow. Lots of cards for this. Yeah, this is definitely a new chapter for you with the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool card. You are having to just surrender and allow this new chapter to unfold and recognize that this is fate, this is destiny. You can trust the universe and trust this process, even though it is scary and very new and unknown. It's what's meant to happen. So just flow, just go with it. Okay, and with the Eight of Cups, yeah, you're having to walk away from something that you've been involved with for a long time. But just because it's comfortable and it's what you know doesn't mean you got to stay there. And with the Page of Pentacles, King of Wands, yeah, it's like you're going out on your own or walking away from this, whatever the case is. And that is very scary, but you are powerful. You can take a challenge head on. You can do anything. You know how to adapt and grow and figure things out. So don't doubt yourself. Don't question yourself now. You've got this. Yeah. Just keep trusting yourself and following your heart. And there you go. Out of there. All right. We're going to close it out with an oracle message for you, Sagittarius. And if this resonated, let me know with a like, a comment. Definitely subscribe. Share this video with a friend. All of that helps the channel grow. And I'm so grateful. Ooh, you got a lot of cards. Lots of cards for Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, we have number 9, allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Absolutely. That's that Hangman energy, just allow and surrender to this, because everything happens for a reason, and the universe isn't going to put you through something that isn't going to serve your highest purpose. So just trust and let it unfold. Number 17, consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Absolutely. So, yeah, this is about, taking the pain and the lesson, the gratitude, the memories, taking it all so that way you can learn more about yourself, so you can grow like you're meant to on this earth, There's a lot of different angles and aspects to this situation. So allow yourself to just melt into all of them and make them all work for you. Okay, we got a couple of chakras. We have number 6, third eye chakra. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower, supports our intuition, our inner knowing, imagination, and psychic powers. Number 7, crown chakra. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Absolutely. So you may benefit from working with these chakras here. Maybe some clear quartz, amethyst, those might be helpful crystals for you at this time. But yeah, you're going to learn how to connect with yourself, connect with your intuition. And I think a lot of these cards are talking about how to get all of these aspects together and turning it into something positive for you. That's what you're going to do here. Number 24, Earth. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. I like that. Some of you guys might benefit from just spending time outside, maybe going on a camping trip or maybe to the beach, something like that, and just reconnecting with the earth and getting grounded and just quieting out all the distractions and all the busyness of your day-to-day life. I think that would be a very good experience for you because there's a lot going on here. Last card, number 30, integration. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. I like that. Yeah. I like this because I feel like you're going to be accepting the good, the bad, the ugly within yourself. So then it's going to make it, like I just feel like you're going to love yourself more. And then it's going to allow you to raise your standards and no longer accept less than the bare minimum, honestly, So I feel like you're really learning how to love you, all parts of you, and in turn, love all parts of this situation because everything's working for you. Okay? All right, Sagittarius. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys haven't already, last month you were the highest viewed reading. So you have a bonus love and career reading. I'll put it at the end of the video. But check that out if you haven't already. And okay, if you guys would like more content, check out my the description box down below. I've got all my social media linked, and I also have my website. If you'd like to book a personal reading, an alchemy healing ceremony where we turn your pain into power, or you can sign up for my newsletter. It's a great way to get spiritual guidance, new videos, and content and stuff like that. So check it out. Thank you so much for watching, Sagittarius. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.